be like, Brooke, I get it. We're best friends on the internet. I have influenza right now, so if I am a little out of sorts or a little bit, different, that's why. But we're still here. We're doing the things, and I am so excited and so happy. Having the flu, or rather getting over the flu, while having a 4.5-year-old with the flu for the first time. Not easy. So you are my moment of comfort for today. Thank you. She just went to sleep, and I get to sit and talk to you, bestie, bestie, bestie. So thank you for this moment of peace. For Brooke. I appreciate it. I do. That was my mouth. It just made like a little pop. But tonight's beveroo of choice is the Celsius Sparkling Wild Berry. And the nails are from Timu. I am wearing makeup, and I did my hair just for you, bestie. But let me tell you, if you could see what I looked like 20 minutes ago versus what I look like now, I should be a runway superstar. I tell you what, I made miracles and magic happen in such a short amount of time. I impressed myself. I mean, I'm looking at myself right now. Look at that. You see that? Do you see it? Oh. Anyway. Hi, friends. I was tagged by the beautiful, the talented, the sweet, and wonderful Genie B ASMR to do possibly the most interesting questionnaire I've ever heard in my life. I am so grateful. She said that she would tag anybody who wanted to be tagged, and I said me. And she did. She remembered. So thank you, Genie B, for tagging me. Not that she knows who I am, or, anything like that. But I did ask to be tagged, and she tagged me, so. But I love Genie B. I discovered her, I want to say like 6 months ago, but honestly it was probably a lot longer ago than that. But time just flies when you're a mom to a young daughter. Time flies. So it was probably like a year ago, maybe more. And I discovered her, and I was just like, oh my god, like she was one of the first. Like, here's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, my brain is a little foggy. But when I discover a new creator, it takes me a little bit of time to get comfortable with them enough to be like, I'm gonna go to sleep listening to their video. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I just have to I have to know them first. Genie B was an instant connection, and I discovered her that day, fell asleep to her that night. Like, she just felt so safe and so comforting, and that's just how she is as a creator. So if by some chance you don't know who she is, I'll tag her down below. And thank you again for coming up with the most interesting questionnaire I've ever heard of, seen, thought about, imagined. I'm so excited to get into it. I've printed off the questions. Genie B's most interesting questionnaire of all time. I agree. About you. That's me. Brooke. Favorite drink, one hot and one cold. I would say my favorite hot drink would be a hot latte. A hot oat milk latte with 5 pumps. Okay. I get the extra large at Caribou, and it's like this big, it's no joke. So I would get the extra large oat milk latte with 5 pumps instead of 7, because it comes with 7, but I would get 5 of the stone fruit syrup. It sounds weird, but it's very good. And one cold. I would say a cold glass of sweet red wine. Or and then if I could pick a lukewarm, I would pick water. And if a bug landed in it, would I still drink it? Yes, unless it was like a spider. If it was just like a little bug, flick it out, it's fine. But if it was a spider, I wouldn't even be in the same location as my drink any longer. I would be dead, actually. I would be 6 feet underground if a spider landed in my beverage. But if it's just a little bug, who cares? I don't care. Favorite fashion designer or brand would you wear? Which favorite fashion designer or brand would you wear 5 days a week if cost were not an issue? Don't hate me. I don't have a favorite fashion designer or brand. I don't even know how to answer that question. A lot of brands aren't vegan or cruelty free, so like the brands that I really like, the look of, I probably wouldn't even be able to wear anyway. I would probably say, I just discovered this brand. I've never bought anything from them, so I don't know the quality, but Oh Polly has some really cute dresses. So maybe Oh Polly. Favorite dream destination, all paid, and you have to spend 6 months living there. I would say Switzerland. I would definitely go back to Switzerland and live there for 6 months, for sure. In the mountains, in my own little isolated cabin. Absolutely, positively, yes. If it were a place I've never been before, I would say a place I've never been before. Maybe Maine, United States, Maine. I think that would be cool. In like a little fishing town, Gomez. She's fabulous, and I would love to see like her kind of clean girl aesthetic that she sometimes has. I would like to see what that looks like on me, because I feel like I give off very much not clean girl. So I don't know. I think it would be fun to have like a full glam, or like one of her clean and sleek kind of looks on me, and raid her closet. I think that would just be so fun. Do you sing or dance or really bust a move or belt it out when you're alone? Absolutely. I do it all the time, whether I'm alone or not, whether there are people around, or whether I'm all by my lonesome. I will be busting a move, and I will be singing. That's a fact. You're on a deserted island. There is food and water, so you will not die. But what music album would you choose to have with you? If I have a way to play it, I would say the Shrek soundtrack. Shrek 1. The Shrek 1 soundtrack. Because it's nostalgic. It would be something nostalgic. It would have to be. It would either be the Shrek soundtrack, or like the play soundtrack, like from the early 2000s, that girl group Play. They sing like Cinderella. They were the original singers of I Don't Wanna Be Like Cinderella, Sitting in a Dark Cold Dusty. Or they also sang There Is No One Else That I Can Say This To, But There Is Nothing Better Than to Talk to You. Probably that. No. I've decided the Lizzie McGuire movie soundtrack. Period. End of story. Done. What flower would you choose to propagate there? Lilacs. If they would, work on a deserted island. Lilacs. 150%. Very nostalgic smell for me. I had lilacs outside my bedroom window growing up, and they're just so beautiful, so beautiful. They smell so good. They are so pretty. They only last for this much time, but I would find a way to make them last all year round. What beauty product or toiletry item would you have? Okay, you can have two. I would choose possibly a lip balm. I would choose a lip balm. Some kind of lip balm that never runs out. Because if your lips get chapped with the sun and the sea and the wind, imagine having chapped lips all the time and no way to moisten them. No. Lip balm and a hairbrush, for sure. Lip balm and a hairbrush. What animal would you give a voice to so you could converse? And you get to have that animal on the island. Of course, I would pick my dog, Passport. I named her Passport because I wanted to take her everywhere with me, just like you would have to take a passport with you to travel. I wanted to take my dog, so she would be coming to that island with me, and we would be talking. We'd be yapping, we'd be talking. Yes. You get 2 books to have with you, one fiction and one non-fiction. You must read them over and over. What books are they? Well, overworking, but also it wouldn't be just about one topic, it would be about many things. So something like that. And then the final book in the Harry Potter series. I'm torn between saying the first and the final, but I'm gonna say the final because it's longer. Next, Sexurini. Okay, let me see what time I'm at. Okay, perfect. It cuts me off at 30 minutes, so I gotta be a little bit careful. Little bit careful, little bit careful. Okay. What is your favorite quality in a person? I would say my favorite quality in a person would be their sense of humor. I want to say like being inquisitive or being a good listener or having like very interesting conversations, because I love that. But if you can make me laugh, that's like the key to my heart. So I think having a really good sense of humor and making me laugh until I like almost pee my pants, that's my favorite quality. You're very old, and at the end of your days, what warning would you give your 20-year-old self that you would actually listen to as a 20-year-old, and one that you think would make a real difference? I think I would tell myself a warning to my 20-year-old self. I would say, honestly, I would let myself know that I was bipolar, and two, just tell myself to get checked out for it earlier. Maybe not. I was gonna say because it would have saved me a few issues down the line and a few questionable decisions in my life. But then again, I wouldn't be where I am exactly today if those decisions hadn't been made in my manic or depressed states. So I would probably just say to be aware of it and to take care of myself the best I can, given those circumstances. You know? Because if I had told myself other things, I'd be like, okay, yeah, whatever. But I think that's something I would have actually listened to and been like, oh, I do. Like, that's interesting. I think it would have made a big difference had I known earlier. What superpower would you bestow upon certain people if you could? I would probably give other people the gift of if I were the magical gift giver, I would probably give people the gift of teleportation, being able to go from one place to another in a matter of, moments, because that's what I would want, and I think it's the most practical, useful, and fun gift to give somebody. Being able to see the future, see the past, redo it, all of those things, they get a little questionable and a little bit like you shouldn't be messing with stuff like that, but being able to get from point A to point B in seconds, that just seems very helpful. And that's what I would like if I were to get some kind of superpower. Oh, what superpower would you choose for yourself? I would choose to be able to teleport. But only if I could bring my loved ones with me. Like if I could hold their hand and teleport. You know, because I wouldn't want to do it alone. Historical section. What one passed away non-family member would you benefit from spending a day with? I would say being able to spend the day with Judy Garland would be very interesting. That would be very interesting to hear her life experience and to see her talent in real life. To be able to sing with her, I think would be really amazing. That's what I'm gonna say, actually. And what era or time period would you want to go spend 6 months in? The 80s, like the mid 80s, when my parents were like teenagers running amok. I think I really could have had a good old time in the 80s. I think I would have fit in pretty well there. It's 1850. You get to go back for 1 year in any profession. What profession would that be? Assume you have the education for it. I would be a mother, I think. No, that sounds too hard. Like, being a mother back then was no joke. And like a homemaker, that was no joke in the 1850s. Maybe like a teacher. Being a teacher would be cool, or some kind of entrepreneur, like somebody who goes from town to town selling their whatever, a traveling salesman of sorts. I think that would be very suiting to me. What historical non-family figure would you want to bring into now and show them the current events for a month? Would you want to bring into now and show them the current events for a month? Possibly. Maybe, I don't know if this is a good answer, but I suppose anything is a good answer. I think it would be very interesting for like this.